All right, y'all. If we're going to talk about the patriarchy, we should do this right. I'm going to light up my pipe. Redolent with masculinity. So. All right, y'all. If you live in these here United States, you have surely taken a side in the war over cuties. Either pro or contra, you have an opinion, you've expressed your outrage on Twitter or on Facebook. The New Yorker published an article by one Richard Brody, pithily entitled, Cuties, the extraordinary Netflix debut that became the target of a right-wing campaign. Probably my favorite thing about the article is that they actually put the accent on the French word debut. Oh, it's the New Yorker. We put accents on debut. And it was tweeted out with the following text. The New Yorker tweets, Cuties, which has angered scandal mongers on the right, is the story of a girl's outrage at and defiance of a patriarchal order. Defiance of a patriarchal order. Let's not talk about the nature of art right now. Okay? Let's not talk about certain art forms. When you portray the thing, you have the thing done. Let's not dive way deep into that. Let's not dive into scallywags getting caught and then claiming that they are misunderstood artists. It's an old story. What I want to talk about is the definition of the word patriarchy. That against which feminists have been railing for decades, and they've been railing against the wrong thing, and it is highly relevant right now. Y'all, exactly what is missing here is the patriarchal order. And I don't mean that in the way people have been using the word patriarchy, that, hey, we just need men to be more in charge, and then things would have been better, and the girls would have been protected. This girl would have been protected. That's not what I'm talking about. Y'all, when you talk about patriarchy, what you actually, so patriarchy is rule by fathers. What you actually mean is andrarchy, rule by men. And that's an important distinction. And one thing I'm going to unpack shortly, but I do want to say, if you Google andrarchy, first result you get is andrarchy at Wikipedia. It is also sometimes called a phallocracy, phallocratic, andrarchy, or an androcentric society. So, a society that is centered around or ruled by men and phalluses. Y'all, I would entertain gladly, readily, an argument that we live in an andocracy right now. We live in a society ruled by fruitless genitals. Here I am up on YouTube saying fruitless genitals. Y'all. Now, you might say fathers and men, that's basically the same thing. Ooh, I love that you said that. Fathers and men, basically the same thing. Yeah, let's stick with that. It might become relevant later on. But it's not the same thing. I'm not saying that fathers can't be unjust. I'm not saying that a society ruled by fathers couldn't be unjust. That a system overseen by fathers couldn't be unjust. What I am saying is that there are different definitions in play here. You're using the wrong one for the wrong word. And there is a change to the meaning. If I told you that there was an alien planet out there and the planet was ruled over by men, you would have one picture. And if I told you the planet was ruled over by fathers, you would have another. You would have a picture of a more fruitful society. You would have a picture of a society concerned for its children. You would have a picture of caretaking, work, and sacrifice, of responsibility, because that's what fathers do. Now, again, fathers can be twisted, fathers can be wrong, but that's not. There's a difference between a patriarchy and an andrarchy. We go back to Cuties. The people in charge of that production, the people who organized all the dances, men. The people who run the sex trade, the people who fuel sexual slavery around the world, men. Where are the fathers? We actually need more patriarchy. We need more fathers who assume responsibility, who rule over their bailiwick. We need more archi patri. That's it. I'm not even sure I used the correct Latin plural there. So yeah, hey, down with phallocentrism. Down with phallarchy. Yeah, I'm going to use that word more. Or just to be really clear, phallusarchy. Up with the patriarchy, y'all. Up with men who will die for their children. Men who will work for their children. Men who will protect their children as they grow. Men who will protect their girls. That's all I had to say. Up with the patriarchy and start using the word correctly. What you hate is not the patriarchy. You hate the andrarchy. The peace of Christ be upon you. I can't believe how many times I had to light this pipe. Too much talking.